Hello and welcome to this online open campus. My name is David Allen and I teach at the English department at Ochanomizu University. Today it's my pleasure to introduce to you some of the courses which we offer at the university and particularly some of the methods which we use in our English classes so that you can have a rewarding and invigorating experience learning English at Ochanomizu. Okay, so let me begin. The aims of our program of the English department at the university are to improve your English language proficiency in all 4 skills. So we aim to empower you and raise your confidence, and to help you develop the knowledge and skills which will be useful for you in the future. For example, language knowledge and skills, knowledge of culture, and critical thinking skills. So we offer a wide range of classes at the university. For example, the regular classes for freshmen and sophomores, such as Basic English and Intermediate English. We offer a range of elective classes such as Advanced English and English Presentation, and also exam preparation courses. So for students who wish to study abroad, then often you will need to take an IELTS or a TOEFL exam. These are classes which I teach myself, so my aim is to help you prepare for these tests and to get the best score possible so that you can go and study abroad. Also, we offer a range of specialised courses, some of which are only available for English majors. They include English phonetics, English composition, and so on. And I'll be talking about some of those today. So let me begin by describing a typical kind of lesson which involves integrated skills. Okay? So at the beginning of the class, you may be asked to watch a video. For example, one of the TED Talks, which are very popular with our teachers and students. So you would watch the video, which is typically quite short and well presented, and you would take notes. Okay, and this is a key skill which you need to develop. So you watch the video and take notes, and then afterwards you can compare your notes with your partners to see how much of the information you could record, how much of it you could understand, whether anything was missing, and so on. And then if necessary, we can repeat these stages, so you can watch the video again, take some more notes, and compare again, okay? Until you're satisfied that you have enough notes for the next stage. And so in the next stage, you may write a summary, for example, of the video content. Okay? So very briefly, what was the video about? And this you can do together with a partner using all of the notes which you took. Okay? Then perhaps you can share your summaries with other groups, you can compare, and you can comment on, for example, the content and the organisation. Then you would discuss your ideas about this topic. Okay, so what do you think about it? How have you been affected by this issue, and so on? And so you discuss your opinions as a group, and then perhaps in the next stage we come together as a whole class, and each group summarises their opinions and shares, and we discuss as a large group. Okay, so that's a very typical kind of integrated skills sequence which you would experience in the English classes. A topic idea which came to my mind recently was about the misinformation about COVID-19 which is found on YouTube. So there are lots of stories about the disease which are not necessarily true. Okay, and this would be perhaps a very interesting and of course topical issue for us to discuss in class. Okay, so let me describe some of the writing classes or some of the methods we use in the writing classes. So for example, one of the classes I teach is called Eisakubun Enshu, or English Composition. And we use this textbook on the screen, which deals with a number of topics such as culture, society, gender, and so on. And a couple of the methods which we use are called peer feedback and collaborative writing. So peer feedback is, in my opinion, an excellent method for developing your writing ability and also a whole variety of skills. Okay, so let me describe what we would do in a peer feedback kind of activity. So firstly, you would read a number of texts from the book, okay, and you would discuss the text, you would do some comprehension questions and so on, and so you have a good understanding of the topic in question. Then I would set, for example, an essay question, a very brief essay or a reflection paper, or a task which requires you to summarize or synthesize the information. You would probably write this for homework, okay, which gives you plenty of time. And then in the next class, you would bring your work with you, and you would work with a partner, and you would review each other's writing. Sometimes you may work in a slightly larger group of 3 or even 4 students. And you would review each other's writing, focusing on things like the content, the organization, and the language which is used. So that's the grammar, the vocabulary, and so on. Okay, so when you review, you read, and you make some comments, and you think about your partner's writing. Then afterwards, you work closely with your group to discuss each other's writing and think how it could be improved. Then the next stage is for you to rewrite your essay or your text and try to improve it based on the feedback from your peers or your classmates. Then finally, you would submit the writing to the teacher. The teacher could have a look and give you some feedback as well. Okay, so that's a typical sequence for peer feedback. Another very useful method we use is called collaborative writing. In this method, 2 students write 1 text. So that is 2 brains write 1 text together. Okay, this is more difficult than it sounds, okay, and it involves a whole range of different skills. You need to use your language knowledge and your communication skills, but you also need to use your editing skills once you've written, also your critical thinking skills in developing your text, of course your communication skills with your partner to decide how to write the text, and most importantly perhaps is the cooperation skills which you develop from working with somebody else to develop one piece of writing. Okay, so I find this to be a very useful and enjoyable and rewarding activity, and my students tend to really do well from it. Okay. So in some, peer feedback and collaborative writing are kind of real-world activities because they involve working with other people to create things. Okay, and let me describe one more course which I offer, and that is English phonetics. Okay, and so in this class the aim is to study accurate pronunciation in English, and this involves understanding sounds but also being able to produce them. Okay, so we would study the sounds of the English language as shown here, and we use this textbook. Now particularly we focus on things like reduced sounds. Okay, for example, Oliver was small. Okay, we say it individually, Oliver was small. Okay, each word is spoken clearly. We say it all together, Oliver was small. Was becomes was. Okay, it's reduced. Okay, and that helps to emphasize the content words. Okay, this is a feature of what we call connected speech. Another feature is of linking or linking sounds. So for example, once and for all. We say it individually, once and for all. We put it together in connected speech, once and for all. Okay, so we get a kind of merging of the sounds. Okay, this is an example of how sounds link together. Okay, put all of this together, we get what we call the music of English. Okay, so here's a excerpt from one of my favourite children's stories, which I read to my kids, or used to. It goes like this. Oliver was small, but for once and for all, he stood very tall and was mighty. Okay, so hopefully you heard the reduced sounds and the linking sounds in there. And in the class, we would practice this kind of music, okay, to raise your awareness of these very important features of pronunciation. Well, that's all from me today. I hope now you have a better understanding of some of the English classes which we hold and some of the methods which we use when we teach English here at Ochonomizu University. So, from everyone at the university, let me wish you good luck with your studies. Work hard, and we hope to see some of you here in the future. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.